My Muse, it's me. You remember me. I'm your favorite me that ever existed. Right? Right? Come on. You can at least give me that one, right? Come on. Please, please, pretty please. No? Yes, maybe. Oh well. Anyway, look. I have something really, really nifty to share with you, Muse. Something that happened to me the other day that I thought that you might appreciate. It would also kind of illustrate why I write the way I write. Because some people just can't really understand or even comprehend why I do the things I do, the way I do. Do. Yay. So, I have to backpedal a little bit here. As you know, I'm writing Defying Gravity. It's actually going really well. Like almost frighteningly well. Making me think in the back of my head, something's going on here. But no, that can't be the case. I think the reason why this book is going so well for me is that it is incredibly personal. Because it is about something that I experienced myself, only in a fictionalized manner. But anyway. So and I'm not going to give a whole lot away here. Actually, I'm not going to give much of anything away. But the other night, a few nights ago, actually, I was going along writing my own business here, and I wrote something that kind of stopped all forward progress. I've done this before, and I think it was it Bye Zombie Bye? I did something like this, but this is even completely different. So I guess I should preface this by saying that with this book, there is a character that something very, very special happens to him in the process of rehearsing a play that he's doing. It's actually a professional show. He's in a production of Cabaret. Sound familiar? Probably does. So anyway, something extraordinary happens to him, right? And it changes him. I won't tell you how it changes him. And the other night, when I was writing, I wrote something that stopped, that prevented this extraordinary change from happening. And as I was writing it, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, why am I doing this? I don't know about this. It's going to really make this story take a nosedive because it's the driving thrust of the story. What am I doing? But then I thought, no, the universe is telling me that I need to add this part into the story, that this narrative must go down this path. For whatever reason, I do not know. But as I've said before, I am an artist who trusts his gut. I was trained that way in graduate school at Purdue University in the professional actor training program to trust my gut. And I have allowed my gut to guide me ever since. And I graduated in 1993 from graduate school. So I am old. Anyway, so in the back of my mind, I was thinking, all right, you just got to let this happen. Because if you don't let this happen, you're going against your truth, your craft. You're not doing your craft any favors by shrugging this off. And so I wrote it. Just wrote it, and I said, whatever happens, happens. So the other day, or a couple days after that, was it a couple days after that? Maybe it was a day after that. I went out for a run. I run a lot. I exercise a lot. I exercise 6 days a week. And I've always found that exercising is one of the best ways for me to write myself out of problems. Every time I have written myself into a corner, I have found the solution for that while exercising. So this was no exception. So I go out for my run, and I'm listening to this particular song that brings me incredible joy, because I have a playlist for running that's about 1,000 songs long. So I'm listening to this song and I'm running and I'm running and I'm running and I'm running and I just start getting filled with this emotion and all of a sudden I imagined this thing happening to me. And I'm not going to tell you what the thing is because it would give away what happens in the book. I imagined this thing happening and I stopped. I stopped my run. I was like, that's it. That's the solution. That's what I have to do in this book to overcome what I wrote the other night. And then I realized, universe, you're very tricky. You knew what you were doing all along. You told me to write that thing, that diversion, away from the big plot, the book driving plot. You told me to write away from that so that then I could come to this new point. And when I realized that, it was like, oh, wow. It wasn't just a really cool idea. It made for a greater story. And it was all because I trusted my gut and I trusted the universe to guide me in the direction that I needed to be guided. And that in the end, the story would be better. And that is why I write the way I write. That is why I trust my gut. Because generally speaking, my instincts are a better writer than my head. And one of the things, and let me help you to try to wrap your consciousness around this. One of the worst things that can happen to an actor is called getting into your head. Because when you're working on a scene, right? You tend to follow your instincts. And when you get into your head, when you start thinking about it, all of these different personal filters and such take over. And a lot of times you overthink things. And when you overthink things, you're going very, very far away from where your instincts wanted to lead you. And so as a writer, the same thing applies. If you get into your head and you overthink things, you're going to overcomplicate them. And you're not only going to overcomplicate them, all of a sudden, your characters that you have written that are not you are going to start seeing the world through your filters. So, at least in my case, it is much better that I just follow my instincts and trust that even when my instincts take me down this path that I don't think is the right way to go for the story, I have to trust that the universe and you, Muse, yes, thank you very much, will guide me back in the right direction. And without fail, that place where the universe has taken this story is much better than where my head would have taken me. Because I can intellectualize a storyline fairly quickly and fairly easily. However, those intellectualized stories don't quite have the oomph, the magic, the wonder that the stories that come from my gut have. And so I just let the universe speak for me and kind of nudge me along, and I trust that it knows what it's doing and knows what's best. So if you as a writer have yet to experience writing from your gut, writing from your instincts, or pantsing, I highly suggest you do. And when you do, if you've only ever been a plotter, when you shrug off those plots and just go by the seat of your pants, it's going to be frightening at first. But once you experience something like this, where you actually can comprehend and not see or feel, well, you can feel the universe actually guiding you in the right direction, it is an extraordinary experience. It is truly what the craft should be about. So trust your instincts. Give in to it. Give in to the experience and explore and let your mind go. Stop getting in your head as a writer and get into the universe's head. Or let the universe get into your head, I guess. That would be a better way to say it. But anyway, that's what I just felt like I needed to share that with you, Muse, because to me, it was an incredibly exhilarating and wonderful moment in my career as a writer. I've had moments like this on a number of occasions, but this one in particular was special to me because of the nature of the book that I'm writing right now. And of course, I wouldn't be writing this book if it weren't for you. Why is that, Muse? I think you know why. Because you, my friend, are awesome.